Hello students. In the last class we had seen the force experienced by a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a uniform magnetic field. We had derived this relation F is equal to I L cross B. Now instead of a current carrying conductor, let us see what will be the effect on a current loop when it is placed in a uniform magnetic field. A current loop can be of any shape. It's a closed loop. Let us take a rectangular loop here. A current loop PQRS. The dimensions of the loop are A is its breadth and small b as its length, and it is carrying current, say I, and it is placed in a uniform magnetic field. Here, let us take a normal to the plane of the board. Then, the angle between the magnetic field and normal to the plane of the coil is taken as theta. When we were deriving the relation for force experienced by a current carrying conductor, there theta was the angle between the current element, the conductor, and the magnetic field. But here instead we take here theta as the angle between the normal to the plane of the coil and magnetic field. So at this point theta can be represented like this. If I take here B and normal to the plane of the coil, then theta is here. We will find the force on each of the wires one by one. The force on the side PQ, let us find, let it be F1. Then F1 can be given by I small b cross b. Using the formula that we had derived, this would be IBB sine 90. Here the angle between the current element and magnetic field is 90 degrees. So the magnitude of the force would be IB. At the same time, we will also find the direction of the force F1. The direction of the force here will be found by Fleming's left-hand rule, because the angle between the current element and magnetic field is 90 degrees. So using left-hand Fleming rule, the current will point in, the current will be represented by the central finger. The current is here, and the magnetic field will be represented by the forefinger, and you can see the thumb is pointing inwards. So the thumb is perpendicular to the plane of the board and pointing inwards. Perpendicular to the plane of board. Let us find the force on the second wire, which is QR. F2 would be I A cross B. Here the angle between A and B, A is the current direction, current element, and B, it would be 90 minus theta. Here theta is there, this angle is 90, so it would be 90 minus theta, and it becomes IAB cos theta. The direction is given by right hand rule, which we use for finding the cross product of two vectors. The right hand rule, here the palm should move from first vector to the second vector, A to B, and you can see the thumb is pointing upwards and in the plane of the board. So the direction of the force is pointing upwards in the plane of board. Let us see now the force on the third side. RS F3 equals to I again B cross B, the length current element into B equals to IBB sine 90 equals to IBB. Here the angle between B and B was again 90, the current direction and magnetic field. And the direction is again given by Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule, let us use it. The central finger points along the current, which is downward. The forefinger is pointing in the direction of the magnetic field, that is in this direction, and thumb is pointing outwards. So the force is perpendicular to the plane of the board, pointing outwards. So pointing outwards, perpendicular to the board. Then the force on side SP. Here the angle between A and B is, A is the current element along I and B is here. The angle between A and B is 90 plus theta. So here we get IAB sine 90 plus theta, which is IAB cos theta. Direction will again be given by right hand rule. The right hand rule is, will start from the first vector to the second vector. So the starting from A, moving towards B, the thumb is pointing downwards in the plane of the board. So the direction is pointing downwards in plane of the board. Let us also represent the four forces on the diagram. F1, you can draw in this manner. F is perpendicular to the plane of the board, pointing inwards. F3, it is pointing outwards, perpendicular to the plane of the board. F2, it is pointing upwards in the plane of the, if this is the axis of the coil, F2 is pointing upwards and F4 is pointing downwards in the plane of the board. Since both the forces here, IAB cos theta, here IAB cos theta, F2 and F4, they are equal and opposite and they are having the same line of action, they will cancel each other. So their effect will not be on the current coil, on the closed coil. We are left with these two forces, F1 and F3. These are also equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. But the line of action is not same, it is not coinciding. When there are two forces which are equal and opposite having different lines of action, they constitute a couple. And the couple gives the rotatory motion, that is the system, here the current loop, it will experience a torque. And the torque is given by either force into perpendicular distance between the forces. Let us find the perpendicular distance between the forces. First of all, let us represent the two forces here. Say this is F1. Here we have F3, equal and opposite. And say this is the PSY. The perpendicular distance in this triangle. Let us find the perpendicular distance. First, let us find where is theta. At this point, let me draw the magnetic field. The magnetic field is here and normal to the coil is here. This is angle theta. If this is theta, this angle will be 90 minus theta. This is 90. So this angle is theta. This is the width of the coil A. If this is theta, then the perpendicular distance between the two forces will be PT, and it will be equal to A sine theta. Substituting, we get the force was IBB and the perpendicular distance is A sine theta. We get here AB sine theta. A into B will be the area of cross section of the coil. So this becomes IBA sine theta. In vector notation, we can write it as IA cross B. If there are n turns of the rectangular coil, the torque will become NIA cross B or NIA B sine theta. Here the thing to be remembered is that theta is the angle between the normal to the plane of the coil and the magnetic field. We can also see here when will the torque be, minimum or maximum. Say theta is 0. When will theta be 0? Theta will be 0 when the plane of the coil will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. In that case, torque will be equal to 0. That is, the torque will be minimum when the magnetic field and the plane of the coil are perpendicular to each other. If theta is 90, the torque will be maximum. So when is the torque maximum? When the plane of the coil is parallel to the magnetic field. At that time, the torque will be maximum. The coil will experience maximum torque. So that is all for today. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye till then.